Which brings us really to the way that we look at decision analytics altogether as an organization. At the highest level, you can really look at this playing out in three different timelines, if you wish. First of all, of course, we apply the principles of 55,000, as in the fact that all decisions should be value-based and risk-informed and should be made in a collaborative and controlled environment. Once we agree on that, then you really have three timelines. You have the long term, which essentially is bottom-up, if you wish, in the sense that my assets are telling me that they are degrading over time. That means that their risk picture is changing over time, and at some point I'm going to have to invest money just to sustain my existing assets. I need to understand that, and the earlier the better, because the earlier I know what is coming towards me, I can actually work towards it. In other words, if I need to raise extra capital or hire more people, the more early warning I have, the easier this becomes, and it will make my position much more comfortable when the day comes to actually invest, and in particular assets. Also, this is often a regulatory requirement in many organizations. That is, they have to actually have a long-term plan built bottom-up. The second layer is the exact opposite. It's the top-down challenge, and this is more in the short term. So in other words, maybe over the next 2 years, I need to build a budget. And that budget will need to include all the projects that have the highest value for the organization. So assuming that I have constrained resources, this is an optimization problem that I just described, in which I need to define which projects I'm going to favor and which project I'm going to defer based on a common value metric. And then thirdly, once I've made up my mind and I'm actually executing the projects, I need to monitor them. In the context of Plan, Do, Check, Act, I need to essentially monitor the progress of those projects. And if things are going sideways, I need to have a process that allows me to actually correct the course in such a way that I preserve as much value as possible for the organization, of course. So, and you have, of course, an interaction between all three timelines, long-term, mid-term, and the immediate.